Welcome to the show. Recently I took a trip to Thailand and discovered all of the amazing street food on offer. I was so blown away that I booked into every cooking course I could to try and learn just how the locals do it. I picked up a few tips and tricks which today I'm going to pass on to you. We're going to do 2 dishes, a green chicken curry and sticky rice with mango that's going to be absolutely amazing, so stick around. Before we do any cooking today, we're just going to have a quick look at some of the ingredients. Some of these you may have used before, some you may not, but all of them are available at your local Asian supermarket. To start off, we have lemongrass, which I'm sure you've all used. You want to smell it and make sure it has a strong lemon smell to it, and also feel it and make sure it's not too hard, because if it's too hard it's old and it won't actually put any flavour into your dish. When we use lemongrass, you either need to take it out at the end or make sure it's cut small and cooked for quite a long time, because it is quite coarse and it does take a long time to break down. Next we have coconut cream. While I was in Thailand, I was fortunate enough to see them freshly pressing the coconut cream at the market, and that's where I actually learnt that coconut milk comes from a second pressing where water is added, so the flavour and the texture are both diluted down. So that's why we want to use coconut cream. It gives a much cleaner, nicer and stronger flavour. And now we have Thai basil. Thai basil is often hard to get, and when you can get it, it's often not that good a quality. So normal basil can be used as an alternate. Thai basil does have a stronger flavour than normal basil and a slightly different flavour, but normal basil will be fine if you can't get it. Next we have sugar. The locals will use palm sugar. I personally don't use palm sugar. I don't feel that the cost of the environment weighs up against the flavour in my curry. So we're just going to use caster sugar today as an alternative. Next we have green peppercorns. Over in Thailand the green peppercorns are fresh, still on the stem generally, but we get tinned green peppercorns in Australia, and I mean they're still a fine product. As far as tinned products go, green peppercorns still hold their flavour quite well. And now we have coriander, which I'm sure you all know. What you might not know is that in their curry pastes in Thailand, they use the actual root of the plant. So we'll be doing that today as well. That has quite a different flavour to the rest of the stem and the leaves. And we'll be using the stem and the leaves of it also to give the colour to our green curry paste. And now we have turmeric, which is a root of a plant. You might have seen powdered turmeric in the shops, which is this that's just been dried and ground. If you have a look in here now, you can see there's such a fantastic colour in there. And as with most things, when you use fresh turmeric, you'll get better flavour and better colour from it. This here is galangal. What this smells of is of sort of a pine sort of smell to it. It's quite unique. When you smell it, you'll know what I mean. The flavour of it is actually quite spicy, and it has sort of a citrusy, earthy flavour to it, and it gives fantastic undertones when you use it in dishes. And it is quite unique, and this is also available powdered like the turmeric, but better fresh. And ginger, which we all know and love. Ginger's used in Thai cooking to make the dishes sort of citrusy and refreshing, and give it sort of a, not a spicy bite, but a citrusy bite to them. And I personally love ginger, so I put plenty of it in, and it gives a fantastic aroma as well. Now we have our chilies. Some people think green chilies are not as spicy as red, but it can often be the other way around. It all depends on what variety of chilies you use. Generally though, the smaller the chili, the spicier it'll be for that variety. I generally can't handle spice that well, so I won't be using too much of it. The Thai people use about 10 times as much as I do in their cooking, because most of their cooking is quite spicy. But apart from the heat that chili gives to dishes, it also gives a fantastic flavour and a sweetness to it that no other thing can give. So only leave chilies out as a last alternative. And now probably the most recognisable flavour in Thai cuisine is the kaffir lime leaf. You can tell this by this leaf by the fact it's a double leaf, and it's got a really sort of a waxy smell to it that is very unique, and there's no real substitute for this. If you can't get it fresh, it is available frozen. And if you do buy it fresh, as I have here, a whole big clump of it that I'm not going to use, Whatever you don't use, put in a bag and put it in the freezer. It'll keep well for up to 3 to 6 months, and it'll come out beautifully for the next time you're going to make the Thai green curry. So now we're familiar with all our ingredients. After the break, we'll come back and make the paste for our Thai green curry.